Mr. Mayor, for hosting us again. Thanks for inviting my longtime friend and colleague, Marcia Fudge, who currently serves as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. As many of you know, I was born and raised in the parsonage. My father was a fundamentalist minister who said to us, my two brothers and me, very often, you pray for good health and strength, and then you get up off your knees and you go to work. And I grew up believing that very strong, and I still believe that. And I find it insulting to all of the scientists, the research, the investments that we make here at this university in turning people into scientists, in making doctors, and then all of a sudden we decide that all of this investment was for naught. Your science is just quackery. We've made investments in people to tell us to get the training that's necessary to keep us focused on where we ought to be, especially when it comes to health. And I find it really almost criminal for adults to reject the science and run the risk of infesting their parents and their children and grandchildren. We must get beyond this foolishness and get everybody vaccinated. When I was growing up over in Sumter, I remember polio. Polio visited my neighborhood twice, leaving one of my playmates dead and another one crippled for life. Along came two scientists, Jonas Salk and Albert Sabin, who discovered some secrets. And because of their research, it just so happens that Albert Sabin finished out his life and his life's work at the Medical University of South Carolina down in Charleston. And they, because of their research, we live today with no fear of polio. I mean, we feared it every day as a child. But we don't anymore because of the research of scientists. And here we are today faced with a similar circumstance. And we are going to say to the scientists, you don't know what you're talking about. Our investments in you were for naught. And we're not going to listen to you when it comes to preserving the integrity of the life and liberty of our children and grandchildren. That, to me, is foolishness. And that's the best I can say in polite company. And with that, I'm pleased to yield the mic to my longtime friend, one who I know believes in science. The reason I know because every evening in Washington, when she was in the Congress, we had dinner together every evening. And we would talk about a whole lot of stuff. But when it came to finding out what the research said, I would ask Marcia, who is steeped in this work and who is committed to this work. And I thank her for being here with us today.
Mayor, I want to thank the owners of this establishment, the owners of Regal Lounge. Thank you for having us today. You know, I sit back often and I think about how much I care about people in this country, all people. I'm a patriot. I'm a person who loves my country. Those people who would tell you not to get a shot don't love their country. They really don't. Oh, they're telling me they can't hear me, thank you. But I am a patriot, and I do love all people. But let me tell you who I love as well, is young people and people who look like me. That's why I'm in South Carolina today, to talk to young people and people who look like me. I never thought in my life I'd be able to save somebody's life, especially with 3 words. Get the vaccine, get the shot, just 3 words. I can save thousands and thousands of people's lives just by saying, get the shot. I speak in schools an awful lot, and one of the things that I tell young people all the time is be leaders and not followers. And the people who are listening to what they see on Facebook or Twitter, they are followers. We need our young people to be leaders, to step out and say, I am going to step up and take care of my family, of my grandparents and my parents and my friends. You know, we are at a particular risk because we are frontline workers. We are essential workers. We live in dense communities. We have to do everything we can because this disease has hit us harder than anyone else. It's just like everything else. They say when America gets a cold, black folk get pneumonia. We got pneumonia, y'all. Get your shot.
I want to yield the microphone to Dr. Cameron Webb, who's a senior policy advisor for COVID-19 with the COVID-19